is where it's at. Now on Uber Eats. All right. Let's get started and bring our guests in. And that is Dan the Man, Sturdy the Birdie, and Chris.
Woo! Hey, everybody. Dan, great to see you, man.
Sturdy doesn't like it when we talk about shenanigans, and he's not there. So.
Oh. No, fuck that. Fuck that, please.
Wow. I almost wore the same shirt, Sturdy. I have the same shirt. I almost wore that tonight, too.
This is my first time wearing it, too.
They're comfy.
My shirt, though.
So, guys, have you seen any of the movies that we talked about tonight?
No.
Yes.
Well, Dan, you're super busy.
I am not. We might go on a date night this weekend and see a movie. I don't know.
Which one?
I'm thinking Final Destination, probably.
It's so well. Horror fans, I think, should see that for Tony Todd's last movie.
Apparently, he ad-libbed his last line. That's what
it's very heartfelt and touching. It really is. I can't take anything away from it. It's a beautiful moment for sure.
Yep.
It does come down to they did figure out what happened to him and why he passed away, and like they have it on video, and it just turns out that
it's empty, Gail.
he felt her.
There were no.
You forgot another fall though to add on there.
There was no surgery as a result of that, but I do think
there's 10 surgeries.
Chris's fall out of the chair the other day was pretty epic.
Oh my god, I haven't gotten there yet, Sturdy. I'm getting there. That chair one was fantastic.
That was epic, but on the live, we were all doing something to where we didn't get to like catch him like in the
I didn't even see it at first. I was watching and I was like, wait, what?
Oh my god. I've watched that clip like 14 times in a row.
Yeah.
We'll just like, and I can't help because like we all just like burst out laughing. And it's so out, like for a second there, I was like, this is too perfect. I think he staged this.
Yo. Yeah. You know how funny that would have been though? The time where he did doze off, we just let him out here and he ended up falling out the chair like that.
I went to bed. How long did you guys just leave him up? I went to bed at like 2? You guys were streaming and I went to bed. How long did you leave Chris up?
You did fall asleep. It was like for one movie. And those movies are only those movies are like an hour and a half. But like I took them out.
I thought you like left him in there where he was just like,
no, because
that would have been awesome.
Thank you for snoring. I don't do ASMR. That's somebody else's job. Don't let them handle that shit. No, I like it was funny. So for anybody who's listening or watching and doesn't understand, but doesn't know what we're talking about. We did Friday the 13th, June 13th. We did a full franchise watch along on Discord. We played it as a watch party so you could watch along, and we did live commentary on YouTube and everywhere else on Sturdy's channels. And it was epic and it was fun and it was wild and we had a really good time with it. And we're doing it again on July 4th.
Yep.
I can't believe you guys are doing Jaws for it, man. Like
all 4, baby. That's right. July 4th, starting at 8 p.m. We're gonna watch all 4 movies, and it's gonna be for charity.
It's gonna be we're talking about charity, Dan. Can we bring up?
I'll be at a family reunion.
All right, Dan. Can we make this happen? Can you go live at the family reunion and just see how many people you can fight? Just like take on, like set up the camera somewhere and just be like, for charity,
I don't want you to put this in his head because he's gonna figure out a way to do it.
I want him to ask everybody.
This is the
Whoever
one time.
donates the most by a certain time gets to pick how many members of his family he has to fight.
I'd clear the room for charity. They wouldn't say that. I don't know though, now because these days, like, you know, I'm like soft principal guy, and they're all hardened rednecks. So like, I might not be able to. That might not be as easy of a little tougher than back in the day. Oh my gosh!
Who did they vote for? And if the answer is very obvious to you,
you know, exactly.
throw math at them.
My brother, his wife, my wife will be pretty. I mean, that's it. There you go. Everybody else, you know exactly who they voted for.
I think you should just throw math at them. I'm serious. Just be like, okay,
I could.
all right. Johnny was walking to the street at 25 miles per hour, and then like Doug.
Oh, I thought you meant my brother. I thought you meant like my brother. I was like, I'm not gonna do much. He's weighing in probably like 160. He wouldn't do much damage, but I could.
You could throw them at people. Yeah. That's what I do. Whenever I was in a brawl, I would just pick up people and throw them at other people. I was like, I know God. No, I'm Godzilla. He's King Kong. King Kong did it too. I'm sure. Over here.
He definitely did.
You know.
And you guys, it'll be a great thing though.
I'd be so pissed off though. It feels so like disrespectful if one of you big motherfuckers just picked me up because you're in a fight with somebody else and just threw me out. Like, what the fuck? Yo? I'm just sitting here minding my own goddamn business. Dude, right at that shit.
What you got to do is, like, a lot of times when you're big, they'll try and wrap your arms, grab down into their pants by their belt, and you can pick them up and use them as like hitting. Like it really works. They have to keep holding on or they'll fall. But if they fall, just drop them. That's fine. I used to pick my brothers up whenever I get drunk. Like
his brothers are not small either. His brothers are not small. Jesus, Mick.
Yeah, I used to. No, they hated it because I would dance around with them, like, and lock them up, and they would be like punching me in the face and stuff, and I'd just be like, I'm drunk, I don't care. You know, I'm just like kind of dancing around with them. Like everybody loved it. I don't know why they got all bent out of shape. Oh my God. I mean, I get now why they get bent out of shape about it, but
you know how mad you would be if that was your little brother picking you up, just dancing around like that.
You'd have to be pretty big. You'd like. Shaq. I don't think Shaq could do that with Mick. Shaq's like the biggest human that I've ever seen in person.
I think Shaq could do it. It like me now, my size now, Shaq could definitely pick me up in 1993 and probably press me over his head. He was a beast back in the day.
I mean, well, like, so prime Shaq, sure. Yeah, prime Shaq.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I could see. And if it was prime Mick, I was a lot thinner, so it would have been easier.
Your bouncer days?
No, those didn't make me thinner. It was after I got hurt at work.
Now I'm just picturing Mick sitting on Shaq's shoulders playing chicken in the pool. You just punch Shaq.
Nobody would be able to reach him.
I know, you just punch Shaq in the face.
Everybody would be like, you know.
We should do a towering inferno.
Get up the high dive and clothesline him like LOD.
I just launch you off at people. You're like our Wolverine.
That'd be fun as hell. I am game for that.
There's a music video that my son loves, like, because it's like a father and son, and so he loves that one. But there's one where the father throws him into like a foam pit, and like he's flying through the air. He's like, "Can you do that? Can you throw me in a foam pit like that?" I was like, "I'd throw you right now like that. Let's do it." And he's just like, "There's no foam." I'm like, "Well, I mean, nothing will wake you up redder than the ground. Trust me."
Reflexes will be cat-like after that. Hit that a couple times.
That kid would jump around. He'd be like Black Panther or Batman. He would just like fall into pose. Me, my arms would hurt for like a week and a half.
Mm-hmm. Maybe longer.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, gentlemen. I'm not looking forward to tonight.
Why? It's gonna be great.
Why not?
I'm gonna relive some stories where I was a real loser. It's gonna be fun. We're going to do a mixtape, everyone. So this is our mixtape episode where if you guys are unfamiliar with our mixtape episodes, it's our very few times where we can celebrate the music that we love. We pick a different theme. Sometimes we've done love. Sometimes we've done heartbreak. Sometimes we've done horror movies. Sometimes we've done beach movies or beach songs, stuff like that. Like, so this time I thought it would be fun for our 10th one. You know, there's a big one. We're going big on this one. Summer crush songs or songs for like unrequited love or the ones that got away. It's going to be an interesting one. And we're gonna go around the horn, but you know, let's kick things off with my buddy Sturdy. I want to see where he goes with this. I want to know what he's been working on. He was working on it hard earlier, so I'm looking forward to it. So Sturdy, you have the floor.
Now, this list was harder for me because I never equated love with anybody else, or not love music with anybody else, because I'm just like, I listen to music for myself. So it took me a little bit to get this shit going. But what I did was kicking it off with Anne-Marie, Why Don't We Fall? And am I going through my whole list or just doing one?
You're doing the whole list.
Oh.
Yeah.
After that, Shy, If I Ever Fall in Love. Got a lot of Usher on here. Burn.
Usher.
Yeah. Let It Burn, for those who don't know.
Oh, good.
Case.
Get some penicillin.
Case. Or just jump in the pool if it's hot. Case, Missing You.
Okay.
Usher, Again, You Got It Bad. Usher, Again, You Remind Me. Usher, Confessions 2. If that's not a breakup, I don't know what the fuck it is. Yo, this dude talking about something. I got the side chick pregnant. That's wild. And it was the truth.
That whole album, I think, was true.
Yeah.
Yep. And then more With You. Boys Not Gonna Cry. Usher, You Make Me Wanna, which again, he's doing his thing again. 702, Get It Together. And then I had to finish off with Alicia Keys, Fallen, which I keep falling in love with her every damn time I see her.
That's the unrequited love for that one, is Alicia Keys. All the other ones, there are some young ladies out there who have danced to Sturdy to a lot of Usher.
Listen, Usher just like he has just so many moments through his albums where those songs just hit, and not only hit, but you hear them all damn year, and then 17 years later.
Yeah.
Not everybody can say that. Besides Michael Jackson, he's an anomaly. Michael Jackson's different.
That's true. He was something different.
Back.
Well, thank you for the list, and I appreciate it. I love it. Well, we're gonna go with another brown man.
Get all those colors out of the way.
No. Dan's going next.
Wait, we're at the front of the bus today.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You'd be more in the middle.
How mad would he be if we made him sit in the middle and we were all in the back?
Oh my God.
Because your punishment movie was fantastic.
Oh, nice. I didn't watch it.
When you share this, like, all I ask is, like, don't share any of the crushes and stuff. I don't want to put anybody on blast.
I got you. So, yo, there was Keisha, LaQuisha, LaTonda, LaWanda.
I love that song, man.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's a good way to start it.
So, in all seriousness, I started out with Brian McKnight, Back at One. You know, you're kind of like a dream come true. It's like, you know, two, you want to be with me. Yeah. Joe, I want to know. Because I just get obsessed and infatuated. I just want to know what makes you tick, baby. You know what I'm saying? I want to know what turns you on.
I like that.
I'm one of the rare few that loves Joe's song. Don't want to be a player. Before Big Pun got his hands.
Yeah.
Before Big Pun. Yeah.
It was good either way. I mean, yeah, either way, long story, backstory to that. The Around the Way Girl, LL Cool J, take you back to the early 90s, you know what I'm saying, mid 90s. We got a little Ja Rule, I'm Real with J-Lo. So, because, you know, you got to let her know she's a pretty young thing, you know what I'm saying? You got
See, I like old women.
You call them young, they're like, "Oh, honey, stop."
I was
You
more
want
of
some
a
of the
Golden Girls
401k?
type of guy.
It's like, "Oh, I wrote you in the
POC,
will on that one."
Pretty old thing.
Baby, you're the pot. Pretty old time.
What are you into? Fossils? Archaeology.
I got a bone for you.
Woo!
Oh my god.
That's awesome.
Oh my goodness.
I got
that was good.
I got Backstreet Boys. I want it. Oh wait, what? I want it that way. Yeah.
I want it that. I sang that out of tune.
Or I want it that way or some
I
shit.
can't sing it right now.
Yeah, neither can
Everybody
Tell
sing
me
it all at
why.
the same time. Everybody singing at the same time.
Nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why.
Yeah,
Oh.
tell me why.
You got
tell
you
me
guys
why. How
let me hang it. All right.
I sang it with you. Remember who's there for you, Chris?
I was waiting for Shake to come and be like, "I never want to hear you sing."
No.
I want it that
My
way.
wife
Which
loves
way?
boy bands, and so like I have to put up with that. Can I tell a quick story, Mick? Chris, is that okay?
Yeah,
No.
fine.
It's like an alternate.
I don't
it's like
care.
an
It's his
alternate troll.
show.
It's an alternate troll. Then I was at a bar on Wednesday because there was a rain out from the Tigers game, and I did a takeover of the jukebox, and my wife from home with her like best friend started using the app to like troll us with Backstreet Boys songs and
Nice.
Dixie Chicks.
Well, they probably got tired of the 15
You went mute, Nick. What did you say? Tired of what?
My mic muted me because my burn was so good. It was like, no, we can't have you annihilating him.
Oh God.
Listen.
No, I played nothing but like old country. That's what I like. Conway Twitty.
Oh, we know what that kind of country plays.
Yeah.
We know what they talk about with that kind of country. They're like, where's the
Beer.
old maple?
But they just kept playing like this terrible music, and like there were 6 Backstreet Boys songs that they played, and like constant troll, man. So
You have to differentiate old country. I don't know what's going
Johnny
on.
Cash
I'm
on the
shocked,
road
dude.
again, or are we talking like Garth Brooks?
no, like old like Merle Haggard, Conway Twitty, Loretta Lynn, Patsy Cline. That's I do tap
That also
or
is so racist.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh my God.
I like the country the way it was before civil rights.
No, they were there. They were way different. Way different. It's not like now. Now it's like
Sorry, I'm judging people on their names. Jebediah.
I live in Patsy Cline's hometown. I'm just messing with you.
I'm horrible.
Sorry for the interruption, Chris. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. So since we were on the boy bands, I have Bye 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 by NSYNC now. To keep you guys in the loop, I would talk to as many women as or girls at the time when I was in high school, and I was the kid mean mugging walking through New York City to go to school with Backstreet Boys and NSYNC in my headphones while I looked like a thug with a first down jacket, my Timberland boots,
Down.
my Yankee hat.
Oh my God.
And I was
How many
in choir.
white women were you talking to? With
and I was on
Backstreet
choir.
Boys
Everybody
and
that I would see. If I saw you, I was talking to you. You got hair,
I like
got hair's going in and out of you. I'm talking to you.
I love it. I love it.
I got
Oh
some
my
Chris
God.
Brown yo up next.
Okay.
Hey
Oh,
yo,
that's a good
you
one.
know. I got Mario Let Me Love You. I got I'll Make Love to You by Backstreet Boys. Everybody knows that one. I did put What They Really Want from DMX, obviously, because that's kind of like the summer like track for me back in the day. Cruel Summer by Ace of Base, which there's 2 versions. There's actually a early.
There's a Bananarama version.
Yeah, the Bananarama was the original artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then then the remake, and then what's her name? Taylor Swift did her own version.
Ace of Base actually has like a remix of their own song.
Oh, they have the
different.
2. It was probably on a single back in the day.
Yep, that was actually how I had it.
Yeah.
Spring Love by a band called TKA. So back in the late 80s, early 90s, a lot of Latinos, they listened to this thing called freestyle, which was a lot of like dance music in the clubs in New York City and shit like that. You guys may know it as a different name. I don't know if you know them, but Jocelyn Enriquez, TKA. The list goes on and on. I got fucking tapes of them from.
I know TKA.
I
don't know.
Yeah, they also did like Maria, I think, right? Maria.
Oh no, like I know them. I don't I'm not a connoisseur. I'm not a connoisseur in music as it is.
Gotcha.
So like I can't say I'm like in depth. I just know when you said TKA, I remember who they were.
And then
I was gonna say it's fun you mentioned freestyle music, Chris, because when I was talking about this list, first thing my wife mentioned freestyle music. I started singing and dancing. Then put her headphones on. I started playing freestyle music.
Nice.
I'm like, what?
That's it, man. And then since we touched on Maria, I have Carlos Santana, Maria. You know,
okay,
great song. Gotta love that. It's been sampled recently over the last couple years by DJ Khaled. And then Will Smith's Summertime. Will Smith's Summertime. And that is
summertime.
The conclusion to my list.
I love it. Good list. Solid list.
Yeah.
Come on,
and have
Paul.
you learned anything from these songs and all these young ladies that used to play these songs for?
Yeah, quite a bit.
I love it. Good Perfect answer. All right. Because I don't want to seem racist, Dan the Man, you're up next.
That makes it even worse.
No. I'll make Paul last.
So I grew up in tourist town, and I created my playlist called Locals Only, a Summer Fling soundtrack. It was pretty common for girls from Chicago, downstate, and stuff like that. A lot of us just would hook up with chicks over the summer. A lot of heartache, a lot of heartbreak from it. Like, to be honest, like you do eventually probably like these days, you just be on social media with them, so there probably wouldn't be any kind of like whatever. Back then, I mean, you just never saw them again. I know that sounds really weird, but like you just never saw. They'd leave. Like, Tim and I talked about it. We're like, oh my god, it's like for him, because like he said it was like John Mayer and who's that like Banana Pancakes guy? I always forget that singer's name.
Banana Pancakes. You graduated in like 2001.
Yeah. But
it's not the huge difference.
When did you graduate in like 2008 or 9 or something? It's a big difference, man. Like music wise, oh my gosh. But
I can't wait to hear you. I purposely didn't look at your list.
So all of mine kind of tells a narrative too. Because this is kind of like what the experience was to have girls come from downstate or out of state, and like you thought you were in love with them, and then 2 weeks later they'd be gone, you know. And this was common for a lot of guys that went to Ludington High School. So the part 1 is The Spark, New Girl in Town. Number 1, LFO, Summer Girls. If you guys remember that song.
Yep.
Oh, we remember.
I love girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch.
Abercrombie and Fitch, yeah. Blink 182, First Date.
Okay.
Which is a great song, just completely aside from the list. Band you guys might not know, Phantom Planet, California.
Come on, pull it up, Mick. Pull it up while he's going too. This is perfect.
It's a great. It's really like it's about somebody like basically coming back to their hometown. Oh yeah. 4 is Weezer, Island in the Sun. Another great song.
That's a good song.
But like it's like that happy point where like. And if you're analyzed, it's out of desperation, but you hang out nonstop with the same person, like every day you're like hanging out with them because, in all seriousness, they're gonna be gone in a week or 2. Then the Carefree Chaos, the Heat, Sublime Santeria, which is just a great song on its own, but 311 Amber.
Oh, 311 Love Song. How could I forget that one? My bad.
That's a good one.
Lit, My Own Worst Enemy.
Yes.
Because there's always something you mess up on. There's always something you mess up on. It doesn't matter what, but there's always a time where you mess up.
We talking about? I've never messed up with girls. It's always been their fault.
It's all.
I've never done anything.
Preach.
Shut up.
part 3 is more than a fling, but you didn't expect it. Boys Like Girls Thunder, and believe it or not, I know, Miss Shake's over there chiming in on this, but once upon a time, Mrs. Shake was a girl of the summer while I had a girlfriend.
Oh, wow.
Uh-oh.
I hope you're not just telling her this now. This is a bad time to be revealing shit.
Oh, no. She's upstairs. Mind you, she's like right upstairs. She's probably going to march down and just punch me right in the face.
Oh, all right. Keep going then.
For charity.
For charity. But the song that she and I shared with each other was Thunder. See? I mean, she doesn't.
You won!
There's a story that she really doesn't want me to tell. And I won't.
Don't tell it.
Good.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I say tell it. I say roll with it, see what happens.
You want the colored people say no, avoid the danger.
Yes, no,
the white guys
yes.
like go.
I say poor judgment is the best way to go in situations like that.
She has some color in her too. That's a terrible idea.
Oh my God!
I grew up with a black woman in the house. I don't know how we're either.
I'm not saying that you should say it. I'm not saying that you should say it because I don't understand what they're saying. I'm saying that you should say it despite everything that they're telling you.
She made you listen to boy bands at the bar with the boys. I'm just saying.
Oh, too.
So we were the best man and maid of honor for a wedding together, and we were calling back and forth. That's how things just got started. Honestly, we were talking for 2-3 hours on the phone about stuff, and it just was like a natural chemistry.
Nice.
And I was dragging my feet because I was with a girl who had moved away to we were talking for 2-3 hours on the phone about stuff, and it just.
Nice.
And I was dragging my feet because I was with a girl who had moved away to a different state, and I'm not a kind of guy. I don't cheat, man. I don't. And I felt real awkward about it. And we were at a bar. Maid of honor and best man, right? So her friend at the time and my best friend Jonathan were getting married, so we were hanging out all the time, and she may have threatened to put the full court press on me.
Nice.
In a sports metaphor, and she's always kind of regretted that line. She blames it on the fact that she had 2 bottles of wine that night, but I thought it was pretty endearing.
I blame it on the fact that she knew what she wanted and she went for it.
And she got it.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong
with
that.
Apparently, when we walked down the aisle for the wedding part, oh man, everybody just kind of knew because we danced down the aisle.
There you go.
It was when that craze was going on, and
apparently we knew when she punched you in the face. And many other reasons, for sure. Oh, we're just telling all the secrets then. Yeah, we are. That's wild. First of all, Dan, can I ask you a question about all these other girls with all these other songs?
Don't do that.
Would any of them let you have hung up a Dokken flag and behind you?
I mean, it was so we're talking about flings, summer flings, man. I don't know. I barely knew.
No.
And then this is a little bit after high school, but The Killers' "Read My Mind," which is a great song.
Great song.
I know it's a deep cut, but it's a really good song if you like The Killers. Goo Goo Dolls' "Slide," which is another solid song from the 90s. Part 4, the ending, because they always leave. The Gin Blossoms have a song called "Hey Jealousy," that I think really kind of signifies this.
Hey Jealousy.
Yeah. Now I could have gone with Don Henley, but instead I went with the Atari's version, "The Boys of Summer," because I prefer the Atari's version of the song.
Right.
And then finally, when they go, you spend your whole day just driving around your car, this. So Smashing Pumpkins, 1979, that.
Oh God,
yeah, because you just drive. That's all you do, and you just got your CD player going, and you just drive up and down the beach. So then afterwards, you always got to reflect. And so I got some good songs about reflection with it. Fleetwood Mac, "Dreams," which is that recognition that you're probably never going to talk again. Third Eye Blind, "Motorcycle Drive-By." There's a great line from it. "I've never been so alone and I've never been so alive," because it's that part where man, fuck that. And then finally the coup de grace at the end of the album, The Cure, Just Like Heaven. And that's where you realize, like, yeah, it was a good experience, whatever. I moved on. So
I dig it. Good movie too.
I burned it onto a CD actually, just for old times' sake. I sent it to the Facebook chat. I made a little cover for the CD in it. So.
I love it. Oh yeah, okay,
so
that's
what
what
I
that
learned
was.
from that is when I have kids, make sure I live in a coastal or a touristy spot because then my kids all set.
Oh, dude, well, there's no risk, and so the girls are a lot more like they're totally willing to just like
None.
Well, you don't.
It's like being an
did you
uncle.
use?
You get to take the kids and then you get to give them back.
How many condoms did you use on your escapades?
We're not talking.
What are condoms?
No risk.
What are condoms?
I'm already in a hot enough water. We're not.
I tried to tell you not to do it.
I'm glad you did it, man.
Jump off or something.
Hey,
Yeah.
No,
I didn't say you had to tell stories, but they are appreciated.
You're damn right, Dan. She did.
No, you leave this man alone. He did a good job, and
He's
he did a good
fine. He
thing
didn't do
telling us
nothing.
these stories. I love it. I love it.
By the way,
sorry,
can I
Mr.
clarify
Jake.
something? I'm
Oh,
sorry
God.
before you go. So
What? Wait, he's still here.
I just realized when you said earlier, "Oh, did you learn anything from all of them and all this?" And I was like, "A ton." I just want to clarify. I learned absolutely nothing with the girls, but I learned a lot because of all the girls.
Oh, yeah. Listen.
I learned that they all know when you're talking to all of them.
Listen,
Oh, yeah.
you guys may be Mr. Cool, but back in the day, and my list will show this, that was not the case for me. So think Ducky, but lamer. Okay, that's where we're going with mine. So
Ducky,
you guys
Landport
may have been
Nine?
pulling all these great girls and stuff, and that's great. I definitely was creepy and cringeworthy around a lot of girls back in the day, and
Same
I'm
here.
sorry. So this list serves as my stupidity. It's my redemption. But Paul, what's your redemption?
Oh, there's no redemption. There are going to be no stories with any of these songs. take them
There's
as
gonna be
you will.
questions. Are you taking questions?
I'm not taking questions.
But I have a question.
That's unfortunate. Dan's the teacher, or he's the principal. He can answer, not me. Anyway, so we're going to start with "Want You Bad" by The Offspring.
Okay.
Ooh, what's that about?
It's a good song. Listen to it. You'll figure it out for yourself.
Yeah.
Modern Girl, Bleachers by The Bleachers. Crawling King Snake by The Doors.
Great song.
Kind of weird, you guys.
That's deep cut. That's deep cut right there. I love that song.
Now I want to hear the story.
You do not. This one, I know it's kind of a more recent song, but it kind of makes you think back in time. Like it should have come out like 10 years earlier. Anyway, it's "Style Drunk" by Post Malone and Noah Kahan. "Don't Worry Baby" by the Beach Boys. Wow.
Can I jump in on that real quick?
Yeah.
I just found it out. I didn't know this. You know the Ronettes song "Be My Baby"? Well,
yeah.
Brian Wilson was obsessed with that song. He listened to it thousands of times. And that song, he wrote that song as an answer to their song.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought that was interesting. I don't care if you knew it. They didn't know it.
It's only funny because that's my next song is "Be My Baby."
But you
by
did
the
it out of
Ronettes.
order. Now tell us who they were about.
No.
Oh.
And then there's "Baby I Love You" by the Ronettes. And then "You Make Me Feel Like Dancing" by Leo Sawyer.
Okay.
"Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me" by Mel Carter. And then we get kind of dirty, so we're going with "The Hills" by The Weeknd.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And then you got "Planes" by Jeremiah and J. Cole.
Yeah,
okay. Yep. And then you got "Best I've Ever Had" by Drake. Look, high school jam. That had to make the list. "Live with the Glory of Love" by Say Anything. Yeah, that was freshman year.
Oh my god!
Freshman year. It was freshman year of high school.
I'm just gonna go jump off a cliff right now.
Don't do it.
I don't even want to hear.
You just got none other surgery.
Yeah, don't jump off anything. We don't need to.
No. You can jump off of shit. Just don't piss your wife off.
We got Thinking of You by Katy Perry. We got Love on the Brain, Rihanna. We got Electric Love by Borns. And then we got Boots by Hardy. And that is the playlist.
That's quite a eccentric list.
Paul's got some pain underneath this list.
Yeah.
Paul
worked for the circus, and he just went on a murder spree. And every song was playing during the
Paul was the people coming to town.
I was the girl. I'm the girl from the story.
That's why
that's me.
Look what you did.
Yeah.
Look what you did, Dan. That's what you did. That's why he picked all the songs that he picked, those heartbroken songs. No consequences. Bullshit.
Dan's my dad. Dan, are you my dad?
Oh my God. Holy shit.
I guess we got an answer on that condom question.
Go put the hat on backwards for me real quick. The face is kind of the same shape.
Put a hat
I do have a penchant for non-Caucasian women. I don't know. Like
Honduran women?
That would be hilarious.
White Dan.
I mean,
can I show you one of my ass cheeks? Because I'm pretty light too.
I'll show you one of my ass cheeks, but you'll think the dog man's here.
Then the whole screen's gonna go white.
Not that lucky.
Jesus Christ.
My ass isn't that fat that you can't see the hair.
I didn't say that. Who said that?
All right, I'll put myself in a hot seat now. God, everybody has this list, and then I look at mine and I'm like, oh.
Do you have stories with your list?
No, unfortunately, I don't.
Liar.
I don't. All right, listen. They're going to be short stories. They're going to be embarrassing, and they should be, because let me tell you something. I was the type of kid, like teenager, who, so I lost my virginity young-ish to a very weird situation, which I will not talk about till I have 5,000 subscribers. I've said that. I will not. And that's in here. That's part of this story. This story is a chronological journey of crushes. Ones that didn't work, ones that did work, and one really only worked. But I am a firm believer that all of the young women that I have encountered, and some older, have encountered in my life. No, I said some older. All of these women have helped shape me to be the person I needed to be to meet my wife. And she helped shape me to something further. And I appreciate every single one of them for it, and every other woman outside of this list who helped me become the person I need to be. That's one thing, especially in a red pill world where everybody's lonely and shit. Get okay with yourself. And don't worry about it as much. And don't hate women, because they're helping shape you to who you need to be.
He's right. And by get okay with yourself, he means touch yourself more.
Touch yourself more. You know, if you're lonely, jerk off. It's fun.
There you go.
And in fact, that gets covered on my list too. So here we go.
You didn't tell me we had to have a jerk off.
Listen, there's a crush on myself at some point in this. I have to all I had was me at one point. So
better be jizzed in my pants then.
No. So it's a crush. It didn't have to be a real person. I will not share any other names outside of fictional names.
Alyssa Milano.
No, that was my brother's crush. I was a little too young for that. My brother really liked her. And I liked what's her name from My Girl?
Eartha Kitt.
Oh, God.
Veda,
Sharon Stone.
Chomsky or something like that. But that was like young, like kind of like, oh, she's cute, sort of thing. That wasn't anything weird. All right. First up, Under the Boardwalk by the Drifters.
Okay.
First girl I ever kissed and had a crush on. That was her favorite song.
Oh,
were you guys under the boardwalk in New Jersey?
Swear to no, it wasn't under the boardwalk. It wasn't South Jersey. It wasn't under the boardwalk though, but it was on a beach. So, second up, "Kiss from a Rose" by Seal. Because I masturbated to Dr. Chase Meridian more times than I can remember. And that music video had her in it, and for some reason, it just reminds me of that.
Chase Meridian is not.
Wait, hold up. So, were you tugging away to this video too?
Sometimes. I was a young lad back then in 93, 94, 95.
You gotta remember, this is back when the Sears catalog and Sports Illustrated swimsuits was material. You feel me?
Y'all don't even know. You don't know about trying to find the channel on the cable where it was slightly fuzzy.
Or scramble, yeah. Up here, I still remember the channels. It was 96 and 97.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And then later when they added more channels, it became like 67 or 68 for us.
Yeah.
But the Spice channel, yeah, and the adult channel. Listen, next week if you join in, we're gonna be playing a game. We're gonna be playing a movie quote game. I'm gonna take a quick break to put this out there. We're gonna play a movie quote game where everybody who plays is gonna be giving us 2 truths and a lie. And I will tell you, one of the things that gets mentioned is what I masturbated to for the first time. And it is fucking worth knowing. So make sure you come back next week because it is odd. And it was on TV the other day, which is the weirdest. So going on to the next one, to the beautiful days of the 8th grade in 1996, it was I Swear, All for One.
I slow danced so many times that damn song. Oh my God.
Oh man. And listen, to the young lady in the 8th grade who I liked and didn't like me back, I appreciate you. I was rejected more times than I can count. I appreciate you for teaching me about that, teaching me about rejection. Because rejection, I got in the film industry. Rejection, you're not okay with rejection, you got a problem. I don't care about rejection. Fine by me.
You know how much easier that makes interviews?
Oh my God, yeah.
I was trying to be with her. I'm just trying to make some money off of here. That's it.
I wasn't even trying to be with her. I was like 8th grade. Like I was,
you know what I mean?
I was like, I just want to hold your hand. But yeah, then you cross right over. But oh man.
Yep.
All right, this one, the next step, this is taking it to the summer of my 16th year on this earth, so probably 97, 98, summer-ish started to happen. And that's where I began a 3-year love affair with the woman that this song represents. And that's summer of 69, Bryan Adams. That's when I lost my virginity. Again, I will not divulge that one until either she dies of natural causes, or I get to 5,000.
Damn it.
So make it happen or don't. I don't care. All right. So here's another one.
You know what you need to have on your thing? I think you need to have like a little counter that says when I'm going to divulge this story. How much?
I have 5,000.
I mean,
I got that. That's trapped right in. I'm not telling anybody. It's an interesting one now.
Nick doesn't want to. He's like, I don't want to tell that damn story.
Oh, it's a wild one. I don't, because I don't like to brag about it, but at the same time, like, yeah, it's kind of a juicy story. Not for me. You're gonna look at me and be like, "Whoa, are you okay?"
Damn. What's some cookies without a little MILF? Like, all right, Mick.
Yeah.
Oh, so much more to that story. All right, so next up is a girl I had a crush on. She's older sister of a guy I was friends with. Smoking hot girl. Could not care if I lived or died. I did see this movie with her though, which was Armageddon, and I don't want to miss a thing. Aerosmith reminds me.
Don't want to miss a thing. Yeah,
it reminds me of her. So it's a song about summer crushes. I'm picking the songs that remind me.
Oh, I remember. That's so many slow dances, man. Like
so many, and plus you got to remember, you're young. Wait, yeah, you're a couple of years younger than me. So like songs change, all right? And geographically, in the Bronx and in Brooklyn, they're not listening to this.
Yes, they were.
I know, I'm kidding.
They just wasn't telling nobody. Believe me, I was there.
Yeah,
they were
doing it. They were doing it when the door was closed. Their headphones on. Okay.
Mean mugging.
Tears down their eyes. Just like, what are you listening to? Tupac.
Iris. That and Google Dolls Iris.
Oh God. Oh my God. That almost made my list. It didn't quite make it. Everything I Do by Bryan Adams.
Nice.
That's the second Bryan Adams song on this list. And the reason it exists, I can't believe I'm going to tell a story. I really like this girl. Nice person. Nothing bad. I don't have anything bad to say about any of the young ladies that this list is representing. Only that I was an idiot. I liked her. I got her a music box. And that was the song. Like, I didn't pick it. Like, I didn't like say, hey, can you make sure it's this song? They had like 3 songs, and that was a recognizable one. I'm a movie guy, so I went with that one. and that's so cringy and cheesy.
You just ignored losing the accent midway through the film, Nick. Come on, man.
Oh, I have a special love for that movie. It's bonkers. Like I like a lot of stupid stuff. Yeah, he loses it halfway through. First of all, one of what's his name? Hans Gruber. Snape. What's his name?
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes.
Snake.
Nicolas Cage. Duh.
You guys are killing me. It's driving me nuts. Alan Rickman. Alan Rickman, that's one of his best roles. He plays an amazing role in that.
What was the song from the movie, Mick, though, that was even bigger than the Bryan Adams song that had the 3 in it?
Oh my God, yeah. It's like the Robin Hood orchestra.
Yeah, that was huge. I remember how big that was.
Yeah,
oh my God, it was Sting, Bryan Adams, and Rod Stewart, right?
Oh no, you're talking about even the other one, the All for One and One for All.
Yeah, am I right?
Yeah. No, that wasn't for this. That was for Three Musketeers.
Oh, you're right. They came out really
close. They came out very close. Very close.
Yeah.
But that was a good one too. Yeah, so that was so that's why I picked that song. It reminds me again, all of these are a shine on how stupid I was and how I was not understanding of love or any of that in any good way. And I think it's important to become that. So just keep that in mind, people who are out there listening or watching. Next song. Let's Get Married by Jagged Edge.
Nice. I love that song.
So there's 3 songs on here actually there's 4 songs on here that remind me of the same girl. Fell in love with this girl. And I hope she's happy. I hope she's living a great life, things like that. I love my wife, all this stuff. But she had an impact in my life in such a big way. And I'm not going to go that route. But Let's Get Married reminds me of her because when we were young, she did that thing where she was like, hey, how about by the time we're at this age?
Yeah.
And I think we've all done that. We all had that backup.
Everybody has something like that.
But she really liked me. And she said, I was like, okay, 40. And she goes, what about 35? What about 30? And she was working it down. And I was just, this song came out around that time. It just reminded me of that. And I thought it was adorable. So that was one. The next one reminds me of a woman who, she was a really cool woman. She was just it wasn't like a relationship thing or anything like that. More friendly than anything, but she was a really cool woman, single mom, badass, kind of kicking butt and taking names in life. And we were watching some Jude Law movie. I can't remember the name of it. It's some Jude Law movie where he plays a guy who comes into his family's life, and then he falls in love with one of the daughters and stuff. But they play this song at the end for the final kiss, and I watched this with her. So every time I see it, I always had a little bit of a crush on her. So every time I hear the song, I think of her. Truly, Madly, Deeply by Savage Garden.
That's a great song.
That's a great song.
Great song.
So that's one for me. Man. And then so the next 3 remind me of that same girl from Let's Get Married. It's Wherever You Will Go from The Calling. It played a lot. It was just one of those songs. Yeah. Another one from Lifehouse, Everything.
Yep.
The song that was everywhere. It was everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I know Hanging by a Moment was big for them, and so was You and Me.
Yep. I don't know You and Me though.
Everything I remember played on Smallville. That was one of those ones where outside of because I own the album for Lifehouse's first album, so I just remember really liking that song. I forget what we were doing or how I feel connected with her to that, but it was one of them for sure. Next one was in Florida. I was just sort of thinking about her, but me and my buddies were driving around. We just got Whataburger, and this came on the radio, and I remember blasting it, Hands Down by Dashboard Confessional. And it reminded me of her. And it
never been a fan. Never been a fan.
That's okay. You don't have to have good taste. It's okay. So, now the reason I say that is because I wasn't with that girl at the time. I was living in Florida, going to college, stuff like that. And it was just not in any way it had passed, but that was a song that reminded me of her. So it was more the unrequited part. This next song, along with Dan, these next 2 songs remind me of the same girl. One, this song was playing in the bar when she called me and needed me. And it just reminded me, and then I like raced over, and like the song was like playing in my head, and that is 1979 Smashing Pumpkins.
Nice.
It's a great song. It's a great song. If I ever make a movie about a situation in my life, which I have written, I wrote a manuscript for a book, but if I ever write it into a movie, that song will 1000% be in there. And it's yeah, 100%. Next one up is Crazy by Gnarls Barkley, because the same girl that reminded me, the 1979 reminds me of, Crazy reminds me of. And but in the most beautiful, you know how like you meet somebody who's so out there and crazy, but like in the most freeing spiritual way.
Yeah,
that's what that was. That was like a spiritual awakening of love.
They teach you a lot.
Yes, and that was what that was for me. So that song, when I hear it, like doesn't like convey that or say that's who she was. It's that idea of like, I'm accepting this crazy that's like so foreign and alien to me that I love it. Next up is a personal song about the same girl again from back in the day, but this is this reminds me of a different point in our lives and another girl who I was with and cared about very much. And that is The Last Temptation by Corey Glover and Vice.
I don't know that.
Corey Glover was the lead singer of Cult of Personality.
Okay.
Living Color.
Color.
He was, and he had a like a side band that would kind of go out and perform, and it was called Vice. And The Last Temptation is one of his songs, and it is one of my favorite love songs. I love that song. But it reminded me of her, reminded me of a situation where temptation came into play, and I just did. Always meant a lot to me. That's all. The last two are for my wife because they were the final two. I mean, we make memories with great songs all the time, but the two that really remind me of her, Wagon Wheel, which was our slow song for dancing at our wedding, which was just sort of a big song at the time we met around here. But our main song is Shut Up and Dance by Walk the Moon. That's the song when we were dating. We would send that back and forth to each other, play. And it's still like I listen to it just having fun with it all the time. That's my loserdom without a lot of the backstory, but I loved it. And those are my songs, my mixtape. I love all our mixtapes, honestly. And I listen to
adorable.
Yeah, we did a lot.
So you were sharing the one that like Let's Get Married, Mick. This is kind of morbid, but like 2 or 3 of the songs that were on my list, there's a girl I dated pretty much my entire senior year, and at the end of the summer, basically, when she was going to college and I was going away to college, I asked her to marry me, and she rightfully declined because she's smarter than me. She's freaking dead now.
Oh wow!
Oh shit!
Yeah, and like it was so weird how I found out. Like I found out through another friend, and it's always kind of weird for me now to think about that time period because that was a formative thing. The end of my senior year, you know, that time period between like December and June your senior year, those things like they basically stay in the old cranium for the rest of your life. And now it's really weird to think about some of that stuff. And I omitted an Incubus song because of that, because that whole Incubus album, I had to drive 30 minutes to her house and 30 minutes back to mine every time to see her. I did it all the time. All my money went towards gas at that point. And I would put that CD on, and it was like almost the exact distance that, you know, I really needed to drive. And that just kind of made me think that I was like, wow. I mean, I think that we all kind of have that person right around that time that you're like, you know, formative. Yeah.
I listen, there's a there's a song like I told you, like even when my buddy died, Lenny,
Lenny,
like he died at 39, you know, and you're like, fuck, like we were in high school together. What is this about? And I'm not getting into the depression part of that, but with the songs that remind me, I got a song that reminds me of him, and he always said it was our song. It was Drops of Jupiter.
Aww.
And the reason being is we were driving, and he was in the passenger side, and I'll never forget because this is just who he was. And we're driving, the song's on, and he goes, "Hey, it's our song," and I'm like, what? Why is this our song? Isn't this like a love song? And he goes, no, I'm your best friend, and you're always fucking wrong, and I still stick up for you. Because there's that line in the song is like, I'll always stick up for you even when I know you're wrong. and I'm like, God damn it. So that it's always, every time it comes on, it like reminds me of him. So like that idea of like, and there's quite a few people from high school that just like, God damn, I'm getting old.
Yeah, we're getting old, man.
I don't like it. I don't want to get too old, but
at least you're not Paul's dad. I don't know.
What's wrong with that?
Wait, what? What happened to Paul's dad?
He's rewinding it back from earlier. Dan's admitting that he's Paul's
I
dad.
realized
you heard it here first, Paul. I'm about to get a 23andMe and collect.
I imagine a 12-year-old Dan in Honduras, just going on a tear, and he's just like, no condoms, ladies, just like Michigan, and just like rolling through.
I never said that, by the way. I never said that. I never said
She
that.
said just like Michigan.
You never said it, but you never not said it either.
We know you
didn't
thought
deny it.
You got to tell us.
It's
oh
okay,
my
Dan.
God. How old are you, Paul? How old are you?
33.
Okay, so no. I would have to be like, 9 years old. No.
It's possible. She's an older woman.
My birth mom had me at 13, so I mean.
Oh God, just needed a donation. You're the dad. You're half Viking.
That'd be
Donation
dope.
Dan is what you're calling him now, Mick?
Donation Dan.
Oh my God.
Is the
I am so sorry this even
Double
became
D.
a thing.
All right, guys. Everybody
send
throw
you a
together a mixtape. What songs do you think all of Dan's kids love?
I had a suggestion, Mick. I think this would be a really, really cool list. Rather than a mixtape, 10 movies that you basically like used they tie into dates that you had when you were growing up.
Dante's
I had
Peak.
that thought. When you were talking about
Forsaken.
Batman, my first thought was
I can think of
Romeo and Juliet in 1996, R&J.
If you throw out a movie, here's the thing about me, is like with music, like with you guys and stuff like that, if you throw out a movie to me, I can tell you where I was when I saw it and who I was with and what happened.
Showgirls. I want to know.
Oh my God, so easy.
Yeah.
We rented that one. Me and my buddy watched that, and it was
like 1,000 times. Yeah.
And then like he left, and I watched it more. Well, I mean, there was rewind on the VCR back then.
Yeah.
Jesse Spano, baby. I mean, yeah, and I was a Saved by the Bell kid, so.
Same.
But Mick, I'm surprised that it's Batman and not The Mask.
What do you, oh, Cameron Diaz was truly amazing, but there was something. Here's the thing: I don't find she is a very attractive woman. I'm not putting anything down about Nicole Kidman, but Nicole Kidman has never stood out to me as like this dire beauty. You know, like it wasn't an attraction thing for me. But there's something about Dr. Chase Meridian in that movie alone, that when I see her, I'm like, oh my God, it's like the greatest thing ever.
And definitely not Alicia Silverstone, right?
No. In fact, if anything, her being in the fourth one ruined it for me.
Oh my God.
God, she was the
So wrong.
worst Batgirl. How am I wrong? It's so the wrong. Worst Batman movie. I know you're doing this just to mess with me. I know I'm putting on my shield today.
Do we count the Jokers as Batman movies? Because the second Joker movie is probably the worst Batman movie ever.
Which one?
The second Joker.
Dokes Day, whatever.
Yeah.
I want to tell you guys something right now about your wrongness in this life.
They love or some shit.
I didn't watch it, so I don't have anything.
Neither have I yet.
I'm gonna look you.
That's
right
how
in
bad
the
it was.
I'm gonna look you right in the eyes, Paul. Yes, Joker 2 was terrible, but Joker 2 tried to be something different. It failed, wasn't good. It tried to be something different. You know what Batman and Robin tried to be? I have no idea, because there was nipples and bullshit everywhere.
Underrated. It tried to be underrated.
No, it was terrible.
That was
I
terrible.
hated that even
You're
as a
not
kid.
winning that
Both
one.
Batman and Robin and Batman
terrible.
Forever.
Being
Of course it was
campy.
bad.
Dan, you're not winning that one. Dan, your take on Jaws alone makes me question you. I'm wondering
Dan
if
you don't like Jaws?
syphilis was caught during the making of this mixtape.
Paul, I think that Jaws is 2/3 of a phenomenal movie. I'm on the record for that.
Happy 50th anniversary, Jaws.
Yeah.
So what's wrong with Dan's take on the movie? I'm confused now.
He's wrong.
Is it not a good movie in your opinion? Do you not like Jaws?
2/3. It's a 10 out of 10. That movie's a 10 out of 10.
It's like an 8.9 out of 10.
You're an 8.9 out of crazy.
Listen, I'm like a Michigan 8.5. Okay.
I gotta agree with my dad now, so I'll say an 8.52. Go Michigan.
Dan is the only person I know in my life that I have to take breaks from. The other day he was just topping me, and then today I'm like, what are you talking about? You know this movie's terrible. You can't keep arguing for it. I hate you. I have to take a break.
No, Batman, of course it's a terrible movie. Of course it is. Of course it is.
So bad. You can love Alicia Silverstone. I don't care.
She is the 90s. Alicia Silverstone.
I mean, listen.
Clueless. Done. Clueless. I mean,
how though? Yeah. How is Clueless the pinnacle 90s movie?
It is up there for sure.
Disagree. Hard disagree. I think Clueless is a recognizable movie from the 90s. I don't think it's as loved as it was. I'm merely speculating here, and I don't care. I think Empire Records is the quintessential.
Did I freeze? I guess I did.
You did, but we can hear you.
Blow.
At least you froze on a beautiful face.
Yeah.
Chris looks like he's about to do like B-roll for like one of those gag shows where it's like the world's dumbest criminals, and he just like kind of makes jokes in between with inserts.
He's gonna be on the reboot.
I think it'd be awesome to do like 10 movies that tie into this same type of thing, where it's like you tie into like a relationship.
That's the thing. Like movies for me, I can come up with like a whole list, like a top 10 list of love, and like
you guys are gonna be worried about me.
Like the woman that I was talking about with those like 4 or 5 songs, like Lost Boys, reminds me of her, because I was the first person to show her Lost Boys. And like that just,
you want to get her all horny with the sax player? Is that what it was?
No, it had nothing to do with it. Like that's the thing. I'm a geek. I wasn't trying to have sex with these women. I wanted to like be in relationships with them. I wanted to be like, I'm not saying not eventually.
you know what movie never failed to create a makeout section for whatever reason?
What?
Finding Nemo.
What?
Yeah. Two movies that never failed. You know, when you're like, hey, let's watch a movie, like the 2 movies that never failed, Finding Nemo and then the Monsters Incorporated movie. They never failed.
I've heard
that's
about the monsters.
2. Body Heat wasn't one of them.
No, I'm telling you, they never failed. Like if you're in the dorms and you're like, hey, let's watch a movie, come on, and suddenly like halfway through it, my whole breakdown of it, I think it kind of engaged in that kind of like the biological clock, so to speak.
Dan, I went to Full Sail University. How many women do you think were running around there?
Oh God, I don't know. I didn't. Those 2 movies never failed, man. Like you'd invite a girl over, watch a movie. Those 2 movies you put on, halfway through, you're making out.
I'm putting on Finding Nemo tonight, and if my woman is not
kissing, we're married, Nick. That's different. That we're married.
You want to have any chance of making out with your wife? You put on what she wants to watch.
No. Because then you got to catch them before the sweatpants and dead people, man. There's that.
That's fair.
The ID channel.
Yeah. Like so. Yeah. The movie.
Can we talk about that really quick?
Go for it.
I know my camera's messing. I don't got time to fix it right now, guys. But what is it with? Which we could probably all say. Like you could probably. Hey, does everybody's significant other watch the ID channel?
Yeah, because they're gonna kill us.
No, not anymore.
No,
really?
Oh God,
she used to watch that Snapped one when we dated.
So. Oh, she watches those shows, but we don't have the ID channel.
Well, watches the shows though. Watches the show. So my wife will watch those shows, right? And there'll be times I'll text my stepdaughter, I'll be like, "Listen, your mom's watching the ID channel again, so you know you're gonna get a phone call about some nonsense." She's like, "Thanks for the heads up."
The movie that I've grown to really respect the older I've gotten, and I didn't get it when it first came out.
2 Girls, 1 Cup.
Extract.
I was close. Extracting.
Yeah, I got that more when I got married.
Yeah, Mike Judge's Extract is a brilliant film.
Almost everything Mike Judge has touched. Like I don't think he catches enough. Like because I think people like automatically are like Beavis and Butthead, this and like. Yeah. But people don't realize Beavis and Butthead were some smart movies.
Oh, great! It's super satire and it's brilliant. Yeah, Like,
yeah, like the yeah, I definitely agree. And yeah, Mike Judge in general, like if you guys get a chance to watch him, he's fantastic.
Oh, Beavis and Butthead.
And King of
That's
the
how you
Hill and stuff
That's
like
how you
that.
can get music videos back MTV.
Yeah.
Beavis and Butthead.
Well, they brought them back. They're on Paramount.
Yeah.
No, but I'm talking about MTV. You can't call yourself a music television if you don't play music.
True. What I like what Mike Judge did with them when they came back, though, you know how that element of them sitting in front of the TV making fun of things and it was music videos. Now they do it like TikToks and things like that. So they kind of broadened it a bit, and I dug what they were going for there.
They also aged them to adults, and it's
yeah. They did it such a he that was the thing about the movie he made. Was it a good movie? No, but it was a smart movie because if they asked him to make one and he knew he had to bring them up to date and make them adults. How do you do that? And so he made an entire movie of them traveling through. It's so bonkers, but it was I appreciated it. He took their money and ran with it.
100%.
But yeah, well, gentlemen,
I've actually never seen it.
Oh, come on,
oh
Chris,
my god, come on, you gotta watch it.
Did you see the first one at least?
Do America is great.
Beavis and Butthead Do America.
Oh, it's so funny.
I don't think so.
It is.
I know
That,
that's
like,
probably where the
more
I am
impressive.
Concolio thing came from, but I that's all I know.
Yeah.
Oh, they took it to the
Because it sounds a little Spanish, Chris. You're just like, yeah, Cornolio. It's just where you came in at.
Cornholio. He can't help himself.
I am Cornholio. And it's getting to that time, ladies and gentlemen, where I just want to remind you, we had an earlier podcast this week of just movie reviews. You can go check that out. I reviewed Straw, Deep Cover, and Materialists. So that's out now on all podcast platforms and over on our YouTube channel. And of course, you can check out on July 4th, our Jaws 4th of July marathon watch party. Sir Sturdy and I and our friends will be joining in to hang out, have a good time. And we're going to be pitching charity for a fellow podcaster who has fallen very ill. And he and his family need some help. So we're here for him. We're going to do it as part of our Casters for a Cause. But hopefully you guys can join in on that. And just so you guys know, we're going to have next couple of weeks going to be kind of fun. We got some fun stuff coming up. Hopefully you can be a part of it. Next week, we're going to be playing the movie quote game. And anytime somebody gets something wrong, they will have provided 2 truths and a lie, and I will read one off as we go. What's going to be real? What's not going to be real? We'll figure that out as we go. So until next time, guys, I do want to remind you. Oh, wait, no, that's right. I have a new segment. That's right. Film definitions with Mick. All right. So here's the deal. When I was in college, I didn't have this exact book, but I had this book, and it was a wealth of knowledge. It teaches you everything on set, in the movie industry world, everything, history of film. So I thought what it might be fun is at the end of every episode, I will open up to a random spot. So page 135, formal balance, and I will give you the definition. A picture, or in the case of film, visual image, where there is an ordered and harmonious arrangement, an equilibrium of pictorial elements. Note, for example, the visual compositions in the films by Japanese director Akira Kurosawa. Films with closed form tend to present such self-contained and balanced arrangements, while those with open form tend to present visuals with the randomness of the world outside of the theater. So, guys, formal balance. That is your definition for today. And next week, we'll give you an all new one. But next week, I want you guys to join in. Again, we're going to be playing a game. And then the week after that, we're going to be celebrating the 80s, everybody. And then jumping right on into our July 4th marathon. So make sure you're there for both of them. I want to thank everybody here who was a part of this. And Dan coming back. We love you. Sir Sturdy being here. Chris, Worst Damn Gamer Ever. Make sure you are following over at Sturdovision, Betting Bros, Worst Damn Gamer Ever. Paul and I are always here, so I want to thank you, Paul, for being here, being part of it, and all of you. Paul, you got anything you want to say before we take off, my friend?
Hey, you guys, it's super hot. We're having a heat wave come through. Please stay hydrated. Make sure to hydrate the night before. I know it sucks when you got to pee in the middle of the night, but you don't want to fall out. Heat stroke is real. Keep watching, keep listening, keep loving the magic of movies. Let us know movies you want us to watch and review. We're still waiting for those. I'm anxious. I want you guys to do what I did for Mick with making him watch The Stupid. So choose a really bad movie that I'm forced to watch and review, please. It's only fair. So let him out.
Do that part. I watch enough movies.
Right. Yeah.
I've had to watch so many movies this week. And I'm so happy. Well, actually, 8 Million Ways to Die. There's a movie recommendation for you. I just watched it. It is a bad movie. It is a bonkers movie. It was given to me as a punishment, and I loved every frame
I am
of it.
so pissed off about this.
Every Ghost Sturdy is pissed off about it.
Yeah,
I loved every single second of it.
And hang on. Can I say this? I'm double mad now because not only that, but he's the one who put the damn musical on. We had to watch for Popcorn and Pine. So I feel like I had a double punishment.
I did not.
No, not you. The Puerto Rican, the one that gave.
Oh yeah,
you...
Chris gave that. So for context, Chris gave me the punishment movie of 8 Million Ways to Die, which is funny because I told him if it was from the 80s, I'd probably hate it unless it was a thriller. So he gave me an 80s thriller, and I loved every second of it. It has Jeff Bridges, Rosanna Arquette, Andy Garcia with a small little ponytail, the whole 9 yards. Everyone's in this, and I loved it. Go watch it. Trust me.
Yeah, and I selected it because it had a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes.
God,
it's worth the 0. That's how bad it is. But I loved it. It's the 80s thrillers. They get me. They just understand where I'm coming from. And I thank you for that. I appreciate it. But we also watched Tree of Life, watched Smokey and the Bandit, and we watched Damn Yankees, all of which have been a kind of a roller coaster. But I hope you guys will be there for it at Popcorn and Pints, 9 p.m. live on Saturday. Be a part of it. Like I said, go check out all my friends' shows here and have a good time with them. Thank you, Paul, for being a part of it. Thank you all for supporting. Head over to our Patreon. If you join up on the paid tiers, it all goes back into being able to run this and produce the best stuff we can. We have content every day on the channel. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. We love movies, and we know you do too, so join the Snob Nation. Until next time, I'm Mick Manhattan from the Scene Snobs. Make sure to stay snobby, stay cinematic, and take care of yourselves because that's important, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.